Hello there, how's it going? We are 1/3 of the way through the Formula One season already. And as far as me, all indications are pointing to Lewis Hamilton winning another championship. If things keep going the way they are so far, I know it's pretty much kind of hard to tell, but we are 1/3 of the way through. So if things stay consistent the way they are right now, Lewis Hamilton will be Formula One champion with Valtteri Bottas behind him very close. So it might come down to this next to last or last race. But all indications are pointing to Lewis Hamilton being the Formula One champion for the 7th time. Championship number 7 and matching Michael Schumacher. So what makes me say that? So first of all, in the schedule, the first 2 races were in Austria. That's a track that Lewis Hamilton is notorious for being weak at. But he managed to win a race there. And he knew that he had to win that one race there. He had to get a race there. And he did do that. Valtteri didn't manage to win both races he should have done. If the Red Bull was competitive, then Max Verstappen should have managed to win both races. But he knew that, but Valtteri, that's a failure. So that might come back to haunt him. Because after the Austrian Grand Prix, Austrian and Styrian Grand Prix, the next 3 races, we had the Hungarian Grand Prix this Sunday, and Lewis Hamilton won that. It's pretty predictable because that's pretty much one of Lewis Hamilton's best tracks. After the Hungarian Grand Prix is the British Grand Prix, ×2. There's British Grand Prix and then the 70th anniversary Grand Prix, still at Silverstone. And that's Lewis Hamilton is the best driver at that track also. So pretty much that's 3 races in a row that Lewis Hamilton, that are Lewis Hamilton tracks. So if anyone had any hopes, they had to have won or kept Lewis Hamilton from getting good results at the first 2 races. So that Valtteri didn't manage to do that, and he was pretty strong last time at the British at Silverstone, but he didn't win. Lewis Hamilton won. So if Lewis Hamilton, he could possibly end up winning 4 races in a row. If he wins 4 races in a row, Valtteri will have to have come second in the next races in both British Grand Prix to still have a chance in the championship. Because Lewis Hamilton won in Styria, he won Hungary, and now we have the British Grand Prix. I'm not sure without the fans if Lewis Hamilton can still get that hype, that pump that makes him go. I think he should still be able to muster that energy to get him going and still win the races unless something happens. But if anything goes to plan and as it should go, Lewis Hamilton should be winning both races, and so there will be 4 races in a row. And if Valtteri doesn't come out second in both races, he came out 3rd in Hungary. If he doesn't manage to come out second in both races, it will be just like last year. The championship will be over. Because after Silverstone, the next 2 races are in Spain and Belgium. Okay, well, they're not tracks that Lewis Hamilton is particularly strong at, but he can manage to win there. He can't manage to win. But after that, it's the Italian Grand Prix. It's Spain, Belgium. Those are low tracks for Lewis Hamilton, but Italian Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton is very strong there as well. So he could possibly win that race as well. And then after Mugello and Sochi. I don't know about Mugello because we haven't had it recently, and Sochi, Lewis Hamilton, is the Valtteri Bottas track. So if it does come down to the last race of the season, Sochi is somewhere where Valtteri Bottas can get Lewis Hamilton. But right now, and Lewis Hamilton will be very aware of that. But he will make sure he wins the races that he can win, and he will make sure he catches the breaks that he can catch, just like he did at Styria. So that's what he will make sure he does, just so it doesn't come down. It doesn't come down to the last race of the season in Sochi, unless we get other races added to the schedule. But Lewis Hamilton will not want to have a do-or-die race in Sochi against Valtteri at Sochi. He will not want to do that, just because that will be, well, it might not go so well because Valtteri will be pumped up and could take away from him. And other things to talk about. Well, when Alex Albon was trying to pass Lewis Hamilton, and Lewis Hamilton and Lewis Hamilton punting him off the track, and he said Lewis Hamilton was such a sore loser. Well, obviously, yes, he's a sore loser. That's why he tries to win. But you know, Alex Albon should not be getting mad at Lewis Hamilton. He's not giving Lewis Hamilton the respect he deserves. He's not trying to pass him in the area. You know, he has to expect that Lewis Hamilton will try to defend his position as a driver, as a six-time champion. Well, last year he was a five-time champion. This year, a six-time champion. So it's not someone you're going to expect to pass very easily, just like any other driver. This guy didn't get to where he is by just being regular. This is a ruthless guy. This is like he's ruthless. So that's why he's in that position. That's it, because other people want to be six-time champions as well. Everybody wants to be a six-time champion. So don't think that you're going to pass him easily. Even if you have the fastest car, he's not going to make it very easy for you. So this is one thing that Alex Albon has to realize. So Lewis Hamilton is a sore loser, and he's going to be a sore loser. When he was not winning in the McLaren, we saw his attitude. He was a sore loser. So that's why he's making sure he's winning. That's why he's greedy about winning. So yes, he's a sore loser, but that's why he's winning. That's why he might be the winningest driver in Formula One, because he's such a sore loser and he makes sure he wins. So Alex Albon needs to know that, and they need to get an advisor to tell him that, look, yes, when you pass this guy, don't leave nothing to chance. Don't leave anything on the table. Do it all. Do everything, all the tricks in your bag. Use them all to pass this guy cleanly. So that's why they should tell him. Even Lewis Hamilton, when racing Max Verstappen, he used to say he took great care in passing Max Verstappen. Last year at the Hungarian Grand Prix, he passed Max Verstappen and left a big space between those cars, because he knew that Max Verstappen would not want to be passed. So he had to take care to not have any contact. So that's what Alex Albon must do. He needs to know that.